Where's Ram though? Oh, there he is. Oh, you want me to take care of it? You want me to do today's video? Oh, okay. All right, I got you. Anyway, looks like I'm taking over today, guys. But today, what I have for you is a super cool 3D tool that I guarantee every single one of you can pick up in less than a day. Let's have a look. So hey guys, I am not Ransigal, I'm Izzy, but nonetheless, welcome back to Flux. It's pretty sad to say, but Rand decided to move on to bigger and better things. He started a new channel. It's a wildlife channel. So he's out there in Africa right now filming, creating content. If you want to check out his channel, just go to the description. Just kidding. Rand is still with us. I'll just be popping in with a video every now and then. Leave a comment if you like this video and I'll make more. I'll pop in more often. But anyways, today I have something super exciting for you guys. It's this brand new 3D tool called Spline. And why I'm so excited about this is because I often get comments, we often see comments on Instagram at least from, seasoned designers sometimes that 3D seems to be sort of intimidating for them, and that's understandable. You look at popular 3D tools like Blender or Cinema4d, and the interface is super complex and hard to pick up. But the UI is super simple, familiar, kind of looks like Figma, Sketch, Adobe XD. It's super easy to use. You can easily share your work with a link, exactly like Figma. And the crazy part is the 3D that you do create and that you can embed on your website, it's interactive. So site visitors can play with the drag the elements around and kind of play with your creation. So let's have a look. So here's the Spline website. I wanted to give you guys a quick walkthrough of their website before we jump into the actual tool itself. So this is spline.design. Pretty slick website, as you can see. And if you scroll and you read through their copy, their whole thing is all about ease of use and accessibility. So, easily create and publish 3D web experiences, build and iterate fast with production ready results. So their whole thing is they know that there's a ton of designers out there, even seasoned designers, that are a bit intimidated by 3D, and understandably so. I don't know if you guys have ever seen a tool like Blender or Cinema4d. If you open up the interface, the Blender interface at least, like it'll give you an aneurysm. I'll throw it up on the screen now, the Blender interface. But here's a preview of the Spline interface. I mean, this is actually reminiscent or very familiar. This looks like a variant of Figma or Adobe XD or Sketch. I mean, you have the layer panel on the left here, the shapes up top. Super familiar, which is always nice. So here they're actually using Spline on their website. This is a 3D scene built with Spline. And what's really cool about this is it's interactive. So not only is this easy to produce, but it's also interactive. So I'm actually dragging this around. I can drag around, I can play with it, and at the top of this page, these actually have hover effects. So I can hover over each one and it'll do something funky. And I'll show you guys how to do that when we jump right in to the actual tool itself, but it's super easy to create. And basically for my web designer friends out there, this really expands your horizons, because now you can easily create things like this, right? Or things like this, and make it move exactly like this, or things like this. So a world of opportunity opens up. So before we jump into the tool, I do want to show you guys some examples just to get you excited, right? But anyway, so obviously we have the scenes here on the actual Spline website at the top in the bottom. But we also have, actually I want to show this one last. So there's this one. This is my personal website I've been working on just for fun. Built-in Webflow, by the way. Check out the Webflow masterclass. Anyways, enough promotion. So this is a personal website, and if you scroll to the bottom, ooh, pretty animations. If you scroll to the bottom, I included this cool little 3D scene with Spline. So you get to the end of the web page and it says you've reached the end board. Have fun playing with these shapes. And so they can essentially, drag this around, play with it. I thought it was a cool little addition, right? So, and this took me literally just 20 minutes to create. Put it behind this cool frosted glass, and I think it looks pretty neat. And the last example, so I think the Spline team actually created this, and I believe this is the Discord mascot. I think it's called the Wampus. I don't know, I'm not sure, but pretty sure the Spline team created this. And again, you can play around with it, and what's cool is, it looks really neat, but it's also very easy to create. It's just a bunch of cubes and cylinders, and that's about it. You can see the eyes are blinking. And you may think, oh, how the hell did they do that? But it's actually really easy with Spline. So, I'll show you guys how to do animations and stuff in a bit. And I think that's all the examples. Let's jump right into Spline itself. So very reminiscent, very familiar of something like Figma, right? You have the left-hand panel here with the layers. When you create a new file, it starts with this rectangle. And really, if you rotate around, you'll notice that it's not just a rectangle, it's actually a plane, right? Because we are in 3D space, right? And so at the very top here, you have your shapes. So let's get rid of this plane and we'll add in, let's say, a cube, right? And this may just look like a regular old rectangle, but if we rotate around, you'll see that it's actually, right? It's actually a cube. Click on the plus sign, you've got a few other shapes, cylinders, pyramids, torus, all kinds of stuff. And then what's really neat, once again, about Spline is you're not rendering anything. So what you see is what you get. If I click on this play symbol, you'll see that, right away, it's previewed as is. You don't have to wait for it to render, which is really neat. So let's move on to the right-hand panel here. You have at the very top the background color. This is essentially the environment color. So we can change that to whatever we want. So white, if we want to completely scorch our eyes. And then the camera settings, environment. So this is where you'll adjust your lighting, right? We can change the light intensity. We can mess with the actual overall ambient lighting. And we can enable or disable shadows. Really cool stuff. Fog. So turn on fog, and then pretty cool, right? I don't know when you'd use this, but anyway, let's get rid of the fog. And at the very bottom, just like on something like Figma, you can export. And this is where the magic happens, and where Spline really differentiates itself, because you have there's so many ways of exporting. So I can export a public link, and so what this will allow me to do is it'll provide me with a public URL that I can copy and I'll give it to anybody. They can throw it in their browser, and they're basically going to see this, and they can immediately, start playing around with it and see what you're creating. And that's absolutely awesome. Another thing you can do is, if you export with public URL selected here, you can embed. So they give you the iframe code. And so if you're using something like Figma, this is super easy to implement. And that's actually what I did for my personal website that I showed you guys earlier. And then you also have a ton of other options. So web content, this will generate the actual code, HTML, JS, etc. And you can export as an image, export as a video, and right under you can actually enable or disable a few things. So let's say I share this with someone and I don't want them to be able to rotate, right? I don't want them to be able to rotate or play with it. So I can just disable rotate. And I find that pretty neat as well. And so that's that. Let's move on to the right-hand panel changes when you select an object. And at the very top, or just under camera here, you have states. And this is basically how you're going to be animating. And what I really love about this is how similar it is to something like Figma, or not Figma, Webflow. So if you've used Webflow, you'll notice this is actually quite similar. So you have a base state. This is our base state. And we can create a state 1. And for that state 1, we'll create an event. So state 1, upon mouse hover, so when I hover over the cube, I want this to, let's say I want this to rotate this way. And I want the transition to be a spring. Okay. And yeah, let's see what that looks like. Let's press preview here. If I hover over, cool. If I hover over, it does this cool little spring rotation. Really neat. Now, so let's get rid of that. So as you can see, it's super easy to animate, right? So you can imagine you can do some pretty crazy stuff. And right under states and events here, you have, let's actually get rid of this event. And so right under there, align, distribute, you have your position, scale, rotation, your shape properties. And I actually think this is one of the most important things is corner radius. So you can soften up the corners, and this is extremely important because this is what makes it sort of look more realistic, because I mean, perfect corners, perfect edges, and it just doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look too good because it's not realistic. So this is super cool and super easy to implement. And then right under there, you have material. And you have a few options here. You have Fong selected. If you want it to look a little bit more photorealistic, you can select physical. So you can see, it's changed the lighting / texture ever so slightly. And you can modify the roughness, make it more rough, smoother, pretty neat. Change the color to, I don't know, this green. And then under there, you have the cloner, which, as the name suggests, allows you to clone the element. Pretty cool. Now, under that, there's visibility. You can look at what the wireframe looks like. Flat sides, not super important. And you have control over the shadows. Pretty neat. Anyway, so that's the interface in a nutshell. So before I create something with Spline here, I do want to give a quick tip, and this saves me a lot of time. So if you're going to try out Spline, I would first create the scene. So add in the shapes, create the entire scene, add in everything that needs to be added in, and then worry about colors. So add in your colors after you've kind of created the scene, and then worry about materials. And finally, in the end, you can worry about lighting. Not sure if this is, the official way of going about it, but this has worked for me. So if you are going to try Spline, this will help sort of orient you for your first few creations. All right, so now let's jump into a bit of a speed run. Let's see what we can make here. All right, guys, so we're done with the speed run, this is what I created. It's essentially a bear head with the Flux brand colors, our purple and pink. And I think it came out pretty cool, pretty nice. And it's essentially just maybe 2 or 3 shapes. It's a bunch of spheres, bunch of deformed spheres, and maybe 1 cylinder and a few toruses. So super simple. And I discovered this cool new lighting / material effect called Fresnel, I think that's how you say it, not sure. But I don't know if you can tell on the pink here, there's this odd, almost looks like some sort of frost or something. Anyways, I think it looks really neat. Also added some animations using the states functionality that I was telling you guys about earlier. That's similar to Webflow. So if we hit preview, first of all, you'll notice I have him blinking intermittently. So you can see the eyes blinking every 2 seconds. And if you hover over, he goes from angry, so he's angry, and then he's happy. And the ears leave his head, which is anatomically impossible, but it is what it is. I think it looks pretty cool. But yeah, that's that. That's Spline. Let me know what you guys thought. I hope this was informative. Give Spline a shot. Link will be in the description. If you like the video, leave a comment. Let me know how I did on my first video. I'd really appreciate any kind of feedback. And yeah, go try out Spline. Go create, have fun with it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.